Welcome to Jal Panther Bowl Football from 103.7 KPZA, Walmart Digital Solutions, and One Radio Square Sports. This afternoon's game is proudly presented by IPS, XL Energy, Hobbs Rental, Eunice Pump and Supply, and Lasco Construction. Jal Panther Bowl Football also brought to you by New Mexico Junior College, Fulco Trucking, Albertsons Market, The Coffee House, and Markers Services Air Conditioning. Jal Panther Bowl Game Football also brought to you by the City of Jal, the Woolworth Community Library, the Jal Schools, and the D-Bar Cafe. Welcome to Panther Stadium from high above the green field on a beautiful April afternoon. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Don Morgan, Tiff Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Game of the season for the Jal Panthers, the number 2A had a whale of a year, 3-1. The only stumble against number 1 Eunice, and I don't think there's any harm in that. But the Panthers under Coach Dusty Giles have had a whale of a year and might have been in one of the Albuquerque Bowls if they wind up not in basically the same division as Eunice and Texaco, but they've had a great year for Coach Giles' team.
They definitely have. They worked hard, and it's good to see them here, although it is a shame that in any other district they probably would be in a higher seed and in a bowl game. As it is, Lee County very proud to have Eunice, Jal in the top three. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a huge deal, and I don't have the final of the Eunice game earlier. I know they were winning when we got here to come set up, but great matchup earlier on our sister station, Cool 95.7. So the Panthers are here. New Mexico Military is on the other side of the field from them, and New Mexico Military has again, had one of those years. They were 1-3, played a pretty tough schedule as they always do. And here's the thing: this is not an in-class matchup. New Mexico Military is a 3A team. Wow. And they are number 9 in 3A, so a top 10 team in the division above them.
Right. But there were enough teams in the division that opted out of the bowl games, and that just kind of rearranged things, so to speak, in terms of the matchup for these bowl games. So I think the NMMI got a little creative, and they looked at comparative schools and rankings and divisions and came up with the fairest, best matchups that they could. And this one, I think the Jals, their reward for such a good season and the bad break of being in such a strong district behind Eunice and Dexter Texaco, rather, not Dexter, but Eunice Texaco, is that they get the home field advantage. They get to stay at home and play this game on this beautiful afternoon, even though it is a Good Friday and heading into a holiday weekend. They have this game, and they're ready. So that final was Eunice 26, Texaco 19. Wow, that was a hard-fought battle. And congratulations to the Eunice Cardinals beating Texaco in what really is
the state championship
exactly.
game.
It should be.
That was the 1-2 team. And we did this last night when we were at, and I can't believe it, it's been less than 24 hours since we were at University Stadium calling the Lovington-Bloomfield game. Last night we declared the Lovington Wildcats. The AP used to get to declare a national champion. I think that Walmart Digital can declare a state champion. We declared the Wildcats of Lovington as the 4A state champs, and so I think we can officially declare the Eunice Cardinals as the 2A state champions.
Well,
so congratulations to the Cards.
Yes, definitely. The Cardinals, and congratulations again to the Wildcats. They were ranked number 1, and they won their game. So you have to say, well, if they were officially awarding a championship and the trophies, it would belong to Wildcats, just like that would belong to Eunice. And we want for Jal to be able to win this game and also have bragging rights, for their good season, their good showing, and a solid team and a solid turnout so far this season.
Well, absolutely. A little bit breezy down here in South Lee County. Winds out of the southeast, seen them gust up to 30 miles an hour. I guess the Weather Service was right on that prediction earlier today, so the flags are whipping out on the poles in the southern end zone. So we are in the Panther pregame show. We will go ahead and take a 3-minute timeout, come back and continue. This is Jal Panther football on 103.7 KPZA. Jal Eunice Hobbs on the 103.7 KPZA app, Also on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel and on the JAL tab at HobbsAmerica.com.
Very clear.
Thank you. 3 minutes.
Okay.
That's a mouthful to get all those in there.
Get what in there?
Welcome back to Panther Stadium in the Jal Panther pregame show as the cannon goes off as the Jal Panthers will take the field. Of course, it is the Panthers of Jal versus the New Mexico Military Institute Colts. So the Panthers, the home team, of course, wearing the home blues with the gold pants and the blue jerseys, the gold helmets with the JAL in the center of the helmet. For the Institute, they're wearing the road lights, white jerseys with black letters and numbers, black pants, and black helmets. And their helmets actually have the interlocking NMMI, New Mexico NMNI, MI, on the side, one side of the helmet, and their numbers on the other. There we go. I'm just going to call them the Institute or NMMI all game. I apologize. I know they don't really like to be called NMMI.
Really? Okay.
I will. I was told that a number of years ago. Matter of fact, during a Jal Panther game at NMMI,
really?
That Curtis Schrader and I, former city manager here, did. It's been probably more than 10 years ago now, but. So I try and respect those wishes. I'm TJ Miracle, by the way, alongside Dawn Morgan, Tiff Stuber in studio, engineering and producing. So the Panthers and the Colts of New Mexico Military going to hit the gridiron one last time in what has been the most interesting sports season on record, of course. The fall season canceled because of COVID, getting 4 games in, and now a bowl game. So, final thoughts. Looks like we're going to go ahead and kick this one off here on 103.7 KPZA, Jal, Eunice Hobbs.
Not wasting a lot of time, are they? And I'm happy here. I'm usually on the sidelines, doing color there on the sidelines. And today, up in the booth, running the camera because trying to do everything that TJ does, along with running the video bug and all of that, keeping stats and just doing play-by-play, and it's a handful. And unless you're an octopus and can grow an extra set of hands, you really need somebody doing the camera. So
I definitely appreciate you running the camera.
Well, I'm apologizing ahead of time because I'm going to be trying to follow the action and maybe, see enough and to be able to contribute from up here.
And a big thanks to everybody who makes Jal Panther Bowl Game football possible here on 103.7 KPZA, the KPZA app, the Jal Panther tab on HobbsAmerica.com, and on the Lee County News and Sports tab. Couldn't do it without IPS Energy, Hobbs Rental, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lasco Construction, NMJC Fullco Trucking, Albertsons Market, the Coffee House, Marker Services, City Jal, the Woolworth Library, Jal Schools, and D-Bar Cafe. And we are actually going to have a coin toss in this one. They've been actually just done a coin flip, I think, at some of the others. We will actually have a coin toss in this one. It will be New Mexico Militaries to call. And before I forget, we've also got to say a big hello and thank you to all the fans watching from KSVTV.com there in Eddie and Chavez County and around the world. And it appears that the Panthers have won the toss, and the quarterback Brendan Giles, the captain for the Panthers, looks like he's going to do what he does. And yep, Jal has won the toss. And they haven't indicated who will receive. And the Panthers are going to go ahead and take the ball first. I like that call. Go ahead and get your offense out, get any jitters out, and just be ready to go.
I like that, too. I think that's a good call for Jal. Get out there and try to put some points on the board, or at least just break the ice a little bit. Get used to, looking at this team. Have they played in the regular season?
Not in recent years.
In recent years, okay. We know that they're in a division, but sometimes teams.
And they are getting ready to do the national anthem, so we will take a 2-minute timeout, come back with the kickoff. This is Jal Panther Football on KPZA. Back to Panther Stadium, ready for the kickoff of this bowl game between the 2A number 3 ranked Panthers and the 3A number 9 ranked Colts of New Mexico Military. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan, Tiff Stuber in studio engineering and producing. And looking over to our left, the Panthers will be moving from the north to the south. As they tee it up and teeing it up for the Institute, it'll be Juan Badillo to kick it away. Back deep to receive, you've got Josh Cervantes back there. Jacob Lujan also back for your Jal Panthers. So Badillo will tee it up at the 40, and of course New Mexico Military will have the wind here in this first quarter. So Badillo signals he is New Mexico. So Badillo heads up to the tee, and he will kick it away, and he's going to do just a little squibber, and it's going to come to one of the upmen. It's going to be muffed, and just falling on it is Damian Asa at the 32-yard line. So good field position for the Panthers to start things off here in this quarter. So first and 10 the football, and we'll get to the offense first. So the Panthers will come back, and Giles is the coach, Dusty Giles. Panthers 3-1 on the year. The only boo-boo on the record coming to the state champ Eunice Cardinals, and that was a very hard-fought game. So Giles is the quarterback. Josh Cervantes is his running back. They're going to put everybody in tight, offset eye, with Giles. Handles it, hands it to Josh, starts left, comes back right, has a hole, crosses the 40 to the 42-yard line. He's going to wind up with a 9-yard gain. Good blocking up front as the line opened up the hole in 9 yards, and it'll be second down and 1 for the Panthers.
That's how you want to start off. That's how you want your first as an offense to go, in a positive direction and a pickup of almost getting your chain moved as well.
So going to split one man out wide to the right. Nimmy with a pretty big front there, and they're down everybody into the box. They're worried about Cervantes. Jal can throw the ball a little too. Giles from the pistol. Low snap, handles it. He'll fake the handoff, keep it himself. Rolls to the left side. He crosses the 45 to the 50 to the 45 to the 40. Going to the sideline to the 30, and finally out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It'll be a huge gain for the Panthers and move the chains. First down, Jal.
Great gain, especially on the second play that you're running as an offense of the game. So they're poised. They're in just almost in the red zone.
38 yards for Giles, bringing the play in from the sideline. It'll be Andres Lujan from the far hash mark. It'll be a Panther first down. Jal and the Institute from Roswell, New Mexico Military in this ball game, just away, a minute gone here at Panther Stadium. The two backs offset in the backfield, everybody in tight, one man split out wide to the left. And it's Cervantes. 20, gets out of a tackle, and finally a shoestring just shy of the 15-yard line. Cervantes 2 touches, 18 yards, and it'll be second down and 1 for the Panthers. So for the Colts, over on that far side, a couple of guys in on the stop, and Santiago Monreal on the stop. Second down and 1 for the Panthers on the march here early inside the NMMI red zone from the 16-yard line. Panthers are moving. Split out wide to the right, Jesse Baeza. We've got two tight ends in the ball game going max protect. From the pistol formation, handed off, new back in the ball game, going left side. Not a lot of room to run. Nowhere to go for
Carrion.
Xavier Carrion. And I think he actually might have lost a yard. Nope, they're going to give him forward progress, give him a yard, and move the chains. First down, Panthers.
All right, so they are definitely poised to get into the end zone.
So inside the 15-yard line, first and 10 for Jal here in the first quarter. Jal, a 2A team taking on a 3A team. This is a little like a team from the MAC or one of the smaller divisions taking on one of the bigger ones. And it's close. Handed off to Carrion, and he goes left side. Nothing doing. He is going to be dragged down. A flag on the play. I have a feeling that this one is going to be coming back on a hold. Good stop. And dragging the play out was Rhett McCarty for the Institute.
And Johansson also came in on that tackle as well.
Again, and it will be on Jal. Yep, it'll be a hold on Jal. And penalties, penalties, penalties. We've talked about it all year long with every team. You know, penalties can end a drive quicker than anything. So it was right at the line. They'll move them back 10 yards. So it goes from first and 10 to first and 20 back at the 25-yard line. 9:56 to go, first quarter. The Panthers on the march. First drive of the game for either team. So first and 20 for the Panthers. Need to get it to the 5. They're at the 25. From the pistol formation, blown back is Cervantes. Low snap, and just going to have to keep it himself going up the middle as going is Giles. He's going to get it across the 15 to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 for Giles. 2 carries, 49 yards for Giles, and he gets back the penalty. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I think that was for a blown play. He did a good job of running forward, seeing some blocking, open up a hole, and followed it for that gain.
And a couple of low snaps, ones that he's had a little bit of trouble handling here early, but they've managed to keep the ball moving forward. So 2nd down and 9 officially for the Panthers, as they're going to have offset backs in the backfield. Right on the shoulder of Giles. Low snap again, handles it. Option look, going to tuck it, take it himself. He's across the 10 to the 5 and drags a Colt with him. That's Badillo, but he's inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. It's another 11-yard pickup for Giles and move the chain. 1st down, Panthers. 60 yards on 3 carries for Giles, and now it'll be 1st down and goal for the Panthers at the 4-yard line.
They're doing a good job of just taking bites, one bite after another. They didn't let that penalty kill their momentum either.
No, they did not. So playing against New Mexico Military, bowl game action here this afternoon. Under center and going over left tackle and pushing into the end zone. Great power there for Brendan Giles and puts 6 on the board. Touchdown, Panthers. Hadn't got to say that in quite a few years. Feels good, and the Panthers take the early 6-0 lead over the Colts of the Institute. Point after to come for your Panthers. Looks like Anthony Bahena on to do the extra point attempt out of the hold of Giles. 8:37 remaining here in the first. Jal up 6-0. Giles will get it. High snap. He handles it. Bahena will kick it up and puts it through against the wind. That one would have been good from about another 15 yards back. And the Panthers take the opening drive and march it right down the field. They lead 7-0. 8:37 to go first quarter. We are back in 1 minute. This is Panther Bowl Game Football on KPZA. Panthers march it down the field. It's a 68-yard drive to open it up. 4-yard quarterback keeper for Brendan Giles. The point after by Bahena is good, and the Panthers go up 7-0. So Bahena will take it away as a low. Kirtland, he's looking for a seam across the far side. He crosses the 20 to the 25 and finally going to be brought down by Panthers. Great pursuit by Jesse Baeza, as that could have been dangerous as Kirtland had. But great pursuit by the Panthers, and it'll be Nimmie taking over 1st down and 10.
And he was looking ahead, following his blocking as well, and looking to get around. I was like you. I thought if he finished getting around the right side and had open field, he could have been gone.
He very well could have been. And so the quarterback will be number 7, senior Daniel Sabili. I believe that's who the quarterback is. Because I got a roster, but I did not get positions. And it will be Sabili. So he'll be in the shotgun. 2 backs in the backfield with him. Barks it out, gets it. He'll pitch it, and going to the right side is going to be number 10. So that is Badillo.
Again.
And so Badillo, one of their kind of do-everything guys, and he gets about 6 yards, but we got a flag on the far sideline. That neighborhood of holding. One of those receivers out there, I think, grabbed a hold. So that'll wipe out a pretty good gain for Badillo and make it 1st down and 20. So we talked about penalties. Will be holding on the Institute. So the Colts.
They're already fairly deep in their own territory.
That is going to hurt.
But good for Jal. Very good for us.
Yes, it is. So Sabili and Badillo, but they've got a lot of kids out there.
They have a big roster.
That's what we do. They've got a fairly large school. For years, they were a 4A or a 3A school, and 3A is what 4A is now. Believe me, it gets too hard to keep up with. But needless to say, one of their big rivals for years was the Lovington Wildcats. They played for a couple of state championships over the years.
They have about 20 fans in the stands across from us in the visitor side.
Of course, with it being a boarding school and
Sure.
a junior college.
Right, you expect a light traveling pack with you.
Savili from the shotgun, two backs in the backfield with him, including Badillo. He'll bark out the signals, first down and 20. Three-step drop back to pass. Wants it down the middle, and he's going to be underthrown and almost picked off. Jesse Baeza bats it down. I think if Baeza puts both hands up instead of just the one, trying for the Sports Center catch, I think he has that and has 6 on the board on the pick 6.
Yeah,
but still a good job to knock it down. It's 2nd and 20.
Great job, and Ochieng was the intended receiver on that, and really way off of the mark from where that throw ended up.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit of miscommunication there.
Looked like he ran the route about 10 yards too long.
Yeah, Ching was running what would be a go route maybe, and looks like they threw a flag route to the near side. And so in the backfield this time for the Institute, well, we'll get that in a minute. It is Davili calls, throws this wide receiver screen, far side. It is complete, but not a lot doing there. Great coverage by the Jal Panthers as that is complete to Diego Hernandez. So Hernandez gets about 2 yards on the completion.
A good read by Jal's defense, and he definitely got swarmed as soon as that ball connected.
So 3rd down and 18 for the Institute, 7:43. And again, good coverage over there. That was Ethan Sandoval for the Panthers. And also Jacob Lujan over there, too. So the Panthers have seen it all pretty much this season. It'll be interesting to see what the Institute could throw at them. Both these teams falling to now the 2A state champion as Cardinals. So they have a number 83 in the backfield. We do not have an 83 on our roster for the Institute, so we apologize about that in advance. And whistles sound, and we have a delay of game, I think, on the Institute. So let's see, and it will be, it'll be delay of game on the Institute. So 5-yard penalty, their second penalty for 15 yards, and that'll tack 5 more onto the end of it. So now it'll be 3rd and 23.
Yeah,
so 3rd and not quite Eunice, but they got a ways to go.
That backs them up even further.
So take them back 5 yards, back to inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. So 3rd down and a long way to go for the Institute. Call it 3rd and 23. Zavili from the shotgun this time. Going to say, looks like he's going to stack 3 receivers on the right. He'll keep 3 receivers, but they won't be stacked. He'll spread them out just a little bit. Zavili sends man in motion, and he'll take it himself. Almost hitting the backfield, and he will be hitting the backfield and going to be brought down as Ethan Sandoval got the first contact cleaned up by Jacob Lujan. It won't be a sack. It will be a 5-yard loss, though, and it's 4th down, and now it's 4th and Eunice, and it is punt time for the Institute.
Yeah, it was an intended quarterback keeper. You could tell that, and he ran, but a lot farther to the right and laterally than forward. So, again, not a sack, but certainly a good play and a good read by the Jal D.
So now if you're Coach Giles, I think maybe you send the house and try and get the safety here. Jacob Lujan will be back deep to receive for your Panthers. He's set up back at his own 43-yard line. As it'll be Savili also on to do the punting duties with 6:24 to go here in a fast-moving first. Savili gets it away. It's a good punt with the wind at his back. It'll bounce, and it'll go over the head. That's a Giles, and it takes a huge New Mexico Military Institute roll inside the 15 and out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
Wow.
And just to give you some idea, it started at the 12 of NMMI, and it winds up at the 12 of Jal. That is...
Yeah,
over an 80-yard punt.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
It bounced out around the 42-yard mark and then just kept going. And, it's sad. Giles was, following it thinking, stop, please.
So it'll be first for the Panthers back at their own 12-yard line. Wow, they gave it even more back into – so that's an 88-yard punt as they mark it at the 10.
Wow.
88-yard punt. Actually, about a 40-yard punt and then another 48 yards a
Bounce
roll.
A roll, yeah.
But Jal with a chance to really eat some time here, living and leading 7-0. Giles from the pistol formation, a couple of backs in the backfield with him. Single receiver is Andres Lujan. Taking it, and Giles will take it himself. Takes it to the left side, spins at the 15 to the 20, out to the 22-yard line before he is going to be ripped to the ground by number 33, Kendrick Tosi. But it's still good enough for 12 yards for Giles. Gets them out of the shadow of their own goalpost. Move the chains. First down, Panthers. 76 yards on 5 carries for Giles. So far, the Institute has just had absolutely no answer for the Panther ground game, Dawn.
Nope. And Giles actually has a younger brother who's on the team. 77 is Austin Giles. He's just a freshman. But, of course, Brendan Giles.
Yep, the senior.
The senior.
Both of them coaches' kids.
Right.
Jal going to split one receiver out wide to the left. Giles from the pistol formation. Cervantes in the backfield with him. Giles keeps it himself. Quarterback keeper off the option. Look, not a lot doing there. Has a little scrumming on the ground. In on the tackle will be Stephen Houston. Let's see where they mark it. It'll be a 1-yard gain for Giles this time. 77 yards on 6 carries. And for the Panthers, it'll bring up a 2nd down and 9.
Yep, and number 50 was in on that stop, Broderick Oxley, for the Colts as well.
Good job for the Panthers so far, really controlling the clock here in this first quarter. They're going to split Lujan out wide to the right, keep a couple of tight ends in the game, 2 backs in the backfield with Giles, one of them being Cervantes. Giles gets it. He will hand it off and slipping down to Cervantes, but somehow puts his hand down and stays up. But he's got to get back to the line. He might have lost about a half yard. No gain. Cervantes running so it'll be 3rd and 9 for the Panthers.
Johann and Pivach for the Broncos.
Bringing the play in from the sideline will be Jesse Baeza. Baeza, the sophomore wide receiver. So he tells Giles what they're going to run. Giles passes it on to his running mates and brings them up to the line. From the near side, they will split Baeza out wide to the left. Move left to right on your radio. Giles from the pistol formation. Low snap, hands it off on the end around to Jacob. 25, 35, 40, he is on 40, 30, 20, 15. 6 on the ball. Touchdown, Panthers has taken 78 yards to the house on the end of Lujan. And Mr. Lujan the Panthers are rolling up 13 to go here in the quarter. Again, New Mexico through did not expect from Anthony Bahena, the senior lineman and kicker. You don't often get to say that at the bigger schools.
True.
It's a bad snap, and it'll be blocked as that one is going to skitter all the way back. It was a low snap. Nothing Giles can do about it, but with 4:09 to go here in the first quarter, it's Jal 13 and the Institute nothing. We're back in a minute here on 103.7 KPZA. .78 yards on the end around for Jacob Lujan, and the Jal Panthers missed the point after, but still up 13-0. 4:09 to go here in the first, so Bahena will kick it off. It will come to one of the up men. It's going to be fielded at the 37-yard line, and not a lot of room to run at all there for the Institute. And Alexander Johnson Nice job on the coverage for the Panthers, so it'll be NMMI football at their own 37-yard line, make it the 38.
Alex Xavier Carrion also was right there for the Panthers.
Nice job on the coverage. So 1st and 10 for the Institute from the 38-yard line, their own 38. Panthers leading 13-0. 4:05 to go here in the first in this bowl game to wrap up the 2021 spring football season. A little bit different look this time. They're going to send twins left, twins right. Zabili from the shotgun formation. Single back in the backfield with him. Barks tries to get Jal off sides. They time it well. And he will be sacked as the Panthers come through and bury him back at the 31-yard line. Say hello to Rogelio Carrion as he will get credit for part of that, at least half of that sack. And so back at the, we're going to say his knee went down at the 32-33, but it's still a 5-yard sack, first of the ball game. And it'll be 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, Lovington defense came through the line like there was nobody in front of them.
So the Jal defense coming up in a big way that time. 2nd down and 15 after the sack. 3.5 to go, first quarter. Zabili from the shotgun sends twins left, twins right from the near hash mark. Zabili barking it out. Jal with 4 men on the front. Looks like they're bringing pressure with 4. Good snap, handles it. He's going to hand it off, and a little room to run on the outside is Carrion stretching it out and stopping that before really Simon Johansson able to go much of anywhere. He'll get 3 yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 12.
He found a little room there. There were a couple of better blocks. The NMMI offense did a little better job that time stopping the Jal defense.
So it'll be 3rd down and 12 after the 3-yard carry by Johansson. And they'll split twins left, twins right again. A 4-receiver set. Johansson stays in as the running back with Sabili at the quarterback from the shotgun formation. Barks it out. Good snap. Good. Throws it over the middle and underthrows it. I think almost get a hand on that was Carrion as he got out, may have tipped that. The intended target down the field was Hernandez, but it'll be incomplete. And it'll make it 4th down and 12 and decision time now for the I think that Coach Montoya is going to punt it away here.
Yeah, I think the special team punt team is coming out.
Yeah, Coach Montoya will indicate the punt. Now, we've seen early in games especially, some teams, when you're in that midfield area close, kind of between the 30s, some teams are willing to do a fake. So we'll see what they're thinking here. Jal does have a man back to receive. That is Giles. Low snap. It is handled. Sabili will handle it and kick it away. Giles will let it go over his head, and that one will go through the back of the end zone. Yep. And so Jal will take over first from the 20. Panthers leading 13-0, 2:27 to go here in a fast-moving first quarter. So far, it has been all Panthers.
And you know what? His kick far, but it's a real true end over end. So when it hits, it takes a high bounce and it bounces for a long time.
It's a West Texas, Southeast New Mexico kick. Keep it under the wind.
Yeah.
So the Panthers will have it at their own 20-yard line, 1st down and 10. To nothing as Giles will lead his troops up to the line. Panthers with 2 quick scores already in this first quarter. Send a man out wide to the left. 2 backs in the backfield with Giles from the pistol formation. Keeping everybody up close, handed off, coming near side. Carrion, big hole through the middle, across the 25 to the 30, out to the 32-yard line. Alex Xavier Carrion is going to pick up 12 yards and move the chains. 1st down, Panthers.
Yeah, and I think it was there Johansson who pulled him down. Otherwise, he probably would have been gone. He didn't have much resistance in front of him.
Panthers just dashing and slashing over 100 yards on the ground combined here in the first quarter alone. The Sinbai's out wide to the left. Giles barks out the signals. He'll get it, hand it off. Carrion again, and that was close to a face mask, but slipping down was Carrion. And so give the tackle to Broderick Oxley. Carrion gets back to the line, but no gain for Alex Xavier, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
And 3, Baeza will come out, and number 80, Lujan, will go in.
So Lujan will bring the play in, pass it on to Brandon. Giles gives the play off to his squad. They'll split Lujan out wide to the left. 2nd down and 10, 97 seconds remaining in a fast-moving first quarter. Giles again, pistol formation, hands it off, and that'll be to, of course, Cervantes. Not a lot of running room for Josh as he comes near side. Going to get it up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain for Cervantes.
The stop made by Oxley again, although he slipped out of a tackle. I thought he was going to be down first, and I think that was 74 who got the first hand on him.
And that'll be Johnson, Alexander Johnson. They have a Johnson and a Johansson. That's going to be a little confusing as we go through this game, I have a feeling. 1 minute to go here in the fast-moving first. Jal going to split a man to the near side. Keep the big boys in. Nemi's got everybody in the box to stop the pass. Giles with a pretty good arm, and false start on the Panthers as the line got to moving. You got to think they're going to take that one. And so it'll make it 3rd down and 13. Although I don't really think for the Panthers that's going to matter much the way they are running.
They have been moving the chains forward very well and moving at a steady pace. They don't really rush, but they don't hang back. They're just pretty deliberate, pretty steady, but they have pretty good energy. And they tend to get the business done. I noticed neither team is really trying to spread the other one out so far.
Not really either one of them's
not
game.
Much, no.
So it'll be 3rd down and 13 for the Panthers after the false start penalty. Giles going to look over at his tight ends. They do have 2 tight ends over on the left side. And Lujan split out by himself to the right. Giles gets it, option look, and he's just going to tuck it, take it himself, hit from behind by Johnson. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 2 for Giles. He got 79 yards, and so it'll be 3rd down and 11, or rather 4th and 11.
And that was 83, and we don't have an 83 on the roster again for NMMI.
And we apologize for that. Sometimes we don't get them as the clock will expire. Oh, no, timeout by the Institute. That's unique. So with 10 seconds remaining, they take a timeout. We'll just keep it right here. And go because we're getting ready to take another break. But we will say thanks to the good folks at IPS, Excel Energy, Hobbs Rental, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lasco Construction, NMJC, and Fullco Trucking for supporting the Jal Panthers here on 103.7 KPZA FM. Jal, Eunice, Hobbs, the 103.7 KPZA app. And also thanks to the Jal Schools and the NMAA for allowing us to be the video stream provider for this ball game. Be able to see that absolutely free of charge. Can watch all the action on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel and also on the Jal Panther tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Also couldn't do this without the help and support of our friends at Albertsons Market, the Coffee House, also Market Services Air Conditioning, the City of Jal, the Ward Community Library, the schools, and the D-Bar Cafe. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan, Tiff Stuber in studio engineering and producing. So out of the Institute timeout, Coach Giles with a decision to make. Looks like he will punt it away as he has Kettyon back deep to punt, and there is a man back deep for the Institute to return. So Taylor to punt. I thought it was Kettyon. It's actually Taylor. Bad snap. Taylor gets it, and that one is going to be blocked at the line, and it takes a wicked bounce and just kind of knuckleballs out and winds up getting a jowl bounce out of it. But that's been the only kind of boo-boo for the Panthers so far, is having a little trouble from the center to either the quarterback or the kicker.
They've been very in control during this first quarter of play. And that's, again, except for some low snaps, they have had some low snaps. That was the most bobbled of all of them. And then that ended up with just a kind of a helicopter kick that just didn't fly.
Winds up being about a 15-yard kick. So from the 42-yard line, the Institute with their best starting field position of the afternoon. 1 tick left on the first quarter clock, so the Institute will have to run something here. So Sabili will bring his troops out to the line. They'll split twins left, twins right. Sabili with Johansson in the backfield with him. Chow with 4 men on the front and 3 linebackers as Sabili barks out the signals. Good snap, handles it, steps up in the pocket. Going to roll outside, looks downfield, throws back across his body. Pass, and that one, picked up. I thought that Cervantes had that one, but just bobbled it as he went. As the first quarter expires, it's Jal 13, the Institute nothing. You're listening to the Jal Panthers on 103.7 KPZA. Welcome back to Jal Panther Bowl game football here on 103.7 KPZA, the 103.7 KPZA app, on the Jal Panther tab at HobbsAmerica.com and the Lee County News and Sports channel on YouTube. After the incomplete pass, it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the Institute from the Jal 42-yard line. Start of the second quarter, Jal leading 13-0. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Don Morgan, Tiff Stuber in studio engineering and producing. And thank you for listening and watching wherever you are around the world today. Sabili with twin backs in the backfield, handed off to number 83, right in the teeth of the line. Nothing doing as Rogelio Catillon beat him right at the line, and then the cavalry arrives to clean him up, including a number 50. That was Catillon, Rogelio Catillon. And so it'll be no gain on the play for number 83. Again, we apologize. We don't have that young man on the roster. And it'll be 3rd down, and wow, they're actually going to say he lost on the play, so down 13.
The Jal faithful you may can hear in the background saying, do it again. Come on, do it again.
What you want to see. So an important 3rd down and 13 as they're going to beef up the line just a little bit more. Some guys out of position, and so now they're going to split out number 16 to the right side. They don't have a 16 on their roster either. Low snap, Sabili handles it, hands it over to that is number 10, Badillo, and he's going to get a yard, maybe 2, before the Panthers swarm him under on the far side. So call it a 1-yard gain. And so it'll be 4th down and 11.
And here comes the punt squad for NMMI.
Of course, I would watch for the fake here with it being this
midfield. Close to
being in Jal
50.
territory at the 44-yard line.
Right.
Clock continues to move. Sabili is also the punter, as Giles will go back deep to receive it. He'll set up inside his own 10-yard line. Sabili park the get it away. At the 20, take a knee bounce inside the 15, and it'll be stopped at the 12-yard line. It'll be down by 8 yards. So we'll see what happens. They lead 13-0 here at Panther Stadium.
Yeah, they're not exactly like a real. They're not that dependent on location.
No, they are not. Now, actually, generous mark on the down back to the 10-yard line. So the Panthers have to go 90 yards. Giles, out of the pistol as always, rolls to the near side, going to tuck it, taking himself, gets a block downfield, cross the 15, come to the sideline to the 20, to the 25, out to the 27-yard line, make it the 28. It'll be a pickup of 18 for Giles and move the chains. 1st down, Panthers.
And they're on the move again. This is something that they have shown to be very good at.
Giles, 97 yards rushing on 8 carries, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers out of the shadow of their own goalpost. So move them out to the 38-yard, rather the 28-yard line. 10 to the 28 means 18 yards. That's what I wrote down. I want to read my own handwriting at some point. From the 28-yard line, Giles is 2 backs in the backfield with Cervantes and Catillon. They're going to run the jumbo package. They're going to try it to the right side. Option, and that one is on the turf as that one was long. Cervantes and Nippy got that one. Just a lot of miscommunication there, and a bad as Broderick Oxley does not look like he was ready for the pitch at all.
No.
So that'll give it to Nimmie deep inside Jal territory.
And that's really the biggest error that Jal has made as far as football. Now look like they're very excited, little spark of life, little for that they've been given. Let's see how deep they hold them.
So now 1st and 10 for the Institute from the Jal 23-yard half funnel. So civilian crew back out on the field. He'll work out the signals. Good snap. Looks left side. Throws it. Has a man across the 20 to the 15. Push back. 14-yard line. 10. Gets it and will be of 10 and move change for the Institute. Their 1st of the ball game.
And Oting was over there by himself, not Betty really close to him. Open, not much coverage for him. He was pretty open to get that.
So from the 14-yard line after the 10-yard pitch and catch, Sabili 2-5 for 12 yards now, but inside the red zone. And he trying to punch one in here and get over to Houston with Seville. He picked it up off the coach on the little out route, and that one complete as it skipped in off the turf. Very good coverage over on the far side for the Panthers.
Jesse Baeza, number 3, came in, and this time he was on Oching a lot tighter than the last play, so he was able to get that stop on it before Oching was able to move forward into the end zone.
2nd down and 10 for the Institute. Colts trailing our Panthers 13-0. Here in the second quarter of this season-ending bowl game. Of course, a lot of teams opting out, choosing to go to basketball. Hats off the Institute. Jal, we won't play one more. We lost pretty much our whole season. Let's play one more.
They ran 2 in a row the same. Let's see if they make it 3.
Sabili from the shotgun. Good snap this time. He's going to keep it himself. He's rolling to the right side. Has some room to run. Cuts it back at the 10 to the 5 and dashes into the end zone. Running for Sabili as he'll take it in 14 yards to the house and put the Colts on the board.
He was able to get loose, and in fact, I think it was blown coverage on him. I don't think they were expecting that he would keep the ball and run it. And Carillon and Sandoval were the closest Panthers to him as he skipped into the end zone, kind of leaped into it.
So a game that looked like Jal was in control of, and we saw this yesterday with Wellington. A fumble can sometimes really change the momentum, and that fumble right there deep in the zone and caught the Panthers 6. So now the Institute on to it. Everything, back kicker and all out of the hold of Badillo, and it is up and it is good. 9:33 remaining here in the first half. We've got a ball game. It's Jal 13, New Mexico Military 7. Back in a minute on 103.7 KPZA. 14-yard quarterback keeper for the quarterback, Daniel Sabili. He then kicks the point after, and with 9:33 remaining in the first half, Nimmy is on the board. Jal leads, though, 13-7. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan as Badillo handles the kickoff duty, so he will kick it away. Jacob Lujan and Giles back deep to receive for the Panthers, and it'll be almost an onside kick. That one takes a wicked hop. It's going to be fielded at the 35 to the 40, out to about the 47-yard line as Andres Lujan, the receiver, gets it. Not a bad guy to have right in the middle, Lujan, with good hands and pretty good speed. And so,
but that was John Kirkland.
Oh, it was Kirkland. I'm sorry.
Of NMMI who made that stop.
Anyway, it's the Panthers football, 1st down and 10. They lead by 6, 13-7. So they've got it. Good return, and they'll have it at the 43-yard line with 9:29 to go in the first. Important, I think, here for the Panthers to answer and answer quickly as they'll split Lujan out wide to the left. Giles from the pistol formation, as he always is. 2 backs with him. Fake the handoff and just a little dancing, a little prancing, and he'll take it over the left side of the line, but not a lot of blocking there. He'll get it to the 45, and he will be brought down. It'll be a 2-yard gain for the senior quarterback for the Panthers.
The blocking really was concentrated right up the middle, and he went left, and that left him at the mercy of 3 or 4 of the Colts.
So it'll be 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard gain. Giles, 9 carries, 99 yards, 11 yards per carry average. Not too bad at all there. So they'll stack everybody up deep again and just put one man out wide. It'll be a man coverage on that receiver. And it'll be Giles, keep it himself, gets a block this time, crosses the 50 into Nimmy territory and near 1st down yardage. I think he'll have it as he goes to the 43-yard line, or rather the 47-yard line. He'll have enough, and it'll move the chains 9 yards. 1st down Panthers, their 7th of the first half. 108 on the ground. for Giles.
That was Colton Butts and Andres Lujan who made the block to open that run up for him.
Nice job up front for the big boys for the Panthers. As Andres Lujan will split down wide to the left, everybody else going to stay in tight. 2 tight ends in the ball game to go with 2 backs. Giles fakes the handoff right side. Now he's going to come around left, and he is just going to be wrapped and stopped. Nothing he can do as Diego Bustamante grabs him and hangs on and waits for the cavalry to arrive. I guess that's appropriate considering it's New Mexico military. No gain, 2nd down and 10.
And that was a textbook tackle. He grabbed him around the ankles and took him down. If you want to keep somebody from being able to run on you, that's where you tackle and bring him down.
So 2nd down and 10. Clock continues to move. 8 minutes remaining, first half. Jal leading 13-7 in this bowl game. The 2A number 3 team, Jal Panthers, against the 3A number 9 team, Colts of New Mexico military. Split Lujan out wide to the right, or excuse me, that's Baeza out wide to the right. Keep the jumbo package in. Giles with it, hands it off. Cervantes going to bounce it around across the 40, tiptoes the sideline to the 35 before he is finally going to be wrestled out of bounds by Ulysses Duran, and it'll be a pickup of 14 for Cervantes, making up for the fumble a minute ago and move the chains. First down, Cats.
It's the kind of offensive possession that they want. This is the kind of run that they need to make down the field. Again, answer that score by NMMI as quickly as they can.
So the Panthers, I said Cats a minute ago, but it is the Panthers. First down, Panthers.
Okay.
They are Cats.
It's okay. I called them Broncos instead of Colts a while ago. And again,
that's the junior high team. Cervantes right up the middle across the 30 and spun down just shot 25-yard line. Nice job by Cervantes. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the quick hitter. And so it'll be 2nd down and about 3 to go for the Panthers. So 8-yard pickup. He's Cervantes with 42 yards on 7 carries. Jal again being just very methodical. 2nd down and 2. Make it 2nd and 3 officially from the spot just shy of the 25-yard line. Giles will get the snap. He'll hand it off, and that's going to be Ketillon, who is hit and brought down with authority by Oxley. And he moves forward a little bit. Well, let's see where they mark it. And they're going to mark it right, give him a half yard, so 1 yard. Ketillon with 14 yards, so 3rd down and 2 for the Panthers.
Well, you'll take it if it's positive and doesn't move you back.
And Coach Giles wants to talk about it. A timeout taken by the Panthers. 6:40 remaining here in the first half of play. It's Jal 13, New Mexico Military 7. Back in 1 minute here on 103.7 KPZA.
play is Lujan.
No, Lujan will bring the play in as the Panthers will go for it, facing a 4th down and about 17 or 18 to go. The Panthers will go for it deep inside Colt territory and up by 6. Single back in the backfield is Cervantes. 4 receiver set, twins left, twins right. Low snap again as Nimi comes through, and nothing in the world that Giles can do as he's brought down back at the 39-yard line. It'll be a 9-yard sack, and it'll go over on downs to New Mexico Military as Jal just had nothing in the world. They had no answer right then.
No.
Second sack in as many plays.
They just came through the line on the side. Hernandez came through, 53, Baca came through. Just were going for that sack from the minute that ball was snapped.
So 4:44 left on the first half clock. Nimi seems to have picked up the intensity here.
Yeah, they picked up their energy. It's very definitely.
Yeah, it all happened when the fumble
Exactly.
occurred. Twins left, twins right this time for Sabili. Jal turning it over on downs. Sabili, good snap, steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to be forced, and he is going to be hit, but somehow not brought down. Finally brought down as he spins as Colby Taylor, with the big sack, brings him back down at the 30-yard line. It'll be an 8-yard sack, second of the ball game for the Panthers.
And you could just almost see it was a revenge sack as Colby was going for him again from the instant that ball was snapped.
Colby finally found a seam. Jal is getting pretty good pressure on. One thing I've noticed about Sabili, and maybe he's auditioning to be the quarterback next year at the junior college level, he steps up in the pocket. He's a pocket passer, and he doesn't mind getting hit.
Right.
And he doesn't do a lot of dropping, and he stays pretty calm in there. But he's not rolling. He's not running around a lot. He's the prototypical college, pocket passer.
He keeps a back right there to the side. I've noticed
and
that's
timeout
really close.
taken by the Institute. 3:54 remaining in the first half. It's Jal 13, New Mexico Military 7. Back in a minute here on 103.7 KPZA. Out of the New Mexico Military timeout back here at Panther Stadium. Jal Panther Football on 103.7 KPZA and worldwide on the Lee County News and Sports Channel and the Jal tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Second down and 18 for the Institute out of the timeout. Sabili going to go with a much bigger line. He's going to put Oching, his only receiver, out there. Good pass, handles it, steps, and he'll throw it over the middle. Has it complete to his number 83, who we do not have on the roster, and he's going to be brought down and tripped up out at the 45. That'll be a big gain. It'll be 15 yards, but not enough for the first down. So big number 83 with the 15-yarder. And I'm trying to figure out who 83 might be. I'm thinking actually that may be, well, I have no idea. That may be Raynon Menzies, because he is a big boy. But I don't want to say that for sure. We just know that number 83 got a 15-yard reception. And so it'll be third down for the Institute. And so a much more manageable third down and 3. So Sabili from the shotgun barks out the signal. Going to spin twins left, one right. Two backs in the backfield with him to provide blocking. And a whistle sounds. Timeout taken by the Institute. Their third and final timeout. So third down and 3. The Institute wants to talk about it. 2:59 to go first half. Jal 13, Nimi 7. We're back in a minute here on 103.7 KPZA. out of the New Mexico military timeout. It's 3rd down and 3. I'm TJ Miracle. Sabili sends trips to the left, one to the right. Single back in the backfield is Badillo. He'll get it, handle it himself, thinks about the option pitch, gets away from one tackler. Now he's just going to put his head forward and drill forward. And I think on the quarterback keeper, I'm thinking maybe he has got it. It's going to depend on the spot. Yep, he needed 3. He got exactly 3. So Sabili gets the first down for New Mexico military. And it'll be 1st and 10 for NMMI. Of course, New Mexico military will have the ball to start the second half. They would love nothing more to punch it in on Jal. Ball going to be spotted at the 48-yard line inside of Institute territory still. But the Colts are moving. The Panthers trying to stop them. 2 minutes, 38 seconds to go first half. NMMI going to stack trips to the right side, one to the left. Badillo in the backfield with Sabili. Sabili barks out the signals, has what he wants. Low snap, handles it. Just going to have to take it himself. Takes it across the 50, 48, gets out of a tackle to the 45-yard line before the Panthers bring him down, led by Rogelio Carrion. Little help from Jacob Lujan and also Damian Baeza. But he is going to get a pretty good pickup there. It'll be 7 yards. And so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. So 2nd and 3 for the Institute. Sabili, 6 carries for 11 yards. He has been sacked twice, and he does have a 14-yard touchdown run. So the Institute on the move with 1:52 to go. They are out of timeouts. 2nd down and 3. Trips right, 1 left. Sabili, low snap, handles it. Looks for Oching on the far side. High pass, but it's caught by Oching at the 40. Good coverage over on the far side by Baeza, but it will be complete. It'll be good for 5 yards, and it'll move the chains for New Mexico military. Just their 2nd first down of this first half, but they're only down by 6. So New Mexico military from the 38-yard line. Clock continues to move with 1:39. Sabili from the shotgun, trips left, 1 right again. Going to move Badillo from the right shoulder to the left. Low snap, Sabili handles it. 2-step drop, goes over the middle, has a man wide open across the middle. And at the 25-yard line, it'll be a pickup of 14, as that one is going to be complete to Houston. So Houston for 14 yards, and it'll move the chains for the Colts, their 3rd first down. So it's 1st down and 10 for the Institute, knocking on the door of the Jal red zone. 75 seconds remaining here in the first half. Sabili again with Badillo in the backfield with him. He'll roll to the left side, giving chase is Carrion. Turns it up the sideline to the 20, down to the 15-yard line. Going to be very close to the first down. It'll all depend on the spot as to whether he got enough. Jal bringing the heat. Rogelio Carrion in pursuit, but just not fast enough to get to Sabili. I think he's going to be just short. Yes, he is. It'll be 9 yards on the quarterback keeper, and so it'll be 2nd down and 1. So 2nd down and 1 for the Institute. They are set up at the Jal 16-yard line. So 2nd down and less than a yard to go. The Institute trying to punch it in here late. 63 seconds remaining here in the first half. Clock stopped when he went out of bounds. Sabili with trips to the left, 1 to the right. Badillo in the backfield with him. Barks out the signal, low snap, picks it up off the turf. Comes across the middle, and that one is going to be picked off at the goal line. Coming back for the Panthers. Let's take it home, as that is Giles who made the interception at the goal line and brings it all the way back to the 25. And the Panthers get the much-needed turnover. And so, flip the field for the Panthers. Give them the ball back. They've got 2 timeouts and 54 seconds to work with and a 6-point lead. Giles, the senior QB and DB, bailing out his teammates. So now let's see if the Panthers can respond. NMMI was just methodically marching the ball down the field, and they will have the ball to start the second half. Giles, low snap, handles it, rolls to the right side, just going to tuck it, take it himself. 25 to the 30, cuts it back to the middle to the 32-yard line. So he's going to wind up with about a 7-yard gain. Giles with the 7-yard gain, now with 1:03, and it'll be 2nd down for the Panthers. Second down and 3 after the 7-yard gain for Giles. 28 seconds remaining here in the first half, and a little bit of confusion as some of the officials talking. I think they're saying maybe the clock needs to be reset. They are calling an official timeout to talk about something. So they're asking what should be going on. I think that maybe there is some question of the clock and the timing. Well, we've got a moment. Say a big thanks to our friends at IPS, also XL Energy, Hobbs Rental, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lasco Construction, New Mexico Junior College, Fullco Trucking, Albertsons Market, The Coffee House, Marker Services, City of Jal, Woolworth Library, Jal Schools, and the D-Bar Cafe. And they will put 35 seconds back on the clock. So it'll be second down for the Panthers, second down and 3 after the 7-yard gain. Giles from the pistol, going to roll near side this time, going to take it himself. Kettion out, or Cervantes rather, leading the way, but he doesn't turn it up. He actually turns it back and is going to lose a yard on the play. And so it'll be third down and about 4. Nimme seems to have found another gear. Jal needs to answer. Oxley on the tackle. Then now third and 4 after the 1-yard loss. 1 second to go, and Jal just going to let the clock expire on the first half. So we have played a half here at Panther Stadium in Jal, New Mexico in this bowl game. The Panthers up by a score of 13-7 on the scoreboard. And so we will return for your Jal Panther halftime show. You're listening to Jal Panther football here on 103.7 KPZA FM. Jal, Eunice Hobbs, the 103.7 KPZA app. Also watching live and free around the world on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel and on the Jal Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Panther Stadium, the Jal Panther halftime show here on 103.7 KPZA and streaming worldwide on the 103.7 KPZA app. And thank you for watching live tonight, wherever you are around the world, on HobbsAmerica.com, the Jal Sports tab, and also on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel. Please give us a subscription there. We would appreciate it. I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan will rejoin us here in just a few minutes. The Panthers leading 13-0 in what has turned into a bit of a slugfest. Let's take a look at the numbers in the first half. Nothing really impressive for New Mexico Military, but they only trail by 6. Their quarterback, Sabili, goes 5 of 10 for 46 yards in the first half. No touchdowns, and he did throw 1 interception. 2 receptions by Ocheng. He's got 15 yards. He's got a 15-yard reception to number 83, who we do not have on our roster. I apologize. We can't give you that young man's name because he is not on our roster. And then he has a 14-yard completion to Houston, and then a 2-yard completion to Hernandez. That's how he gets to his 46 yards. On the ground, they haven't had a lot more luck than that. The Panthers have done a very good job of shutting down this New Mexico Military attack. Sabili, right now their leading rusher, he's got 6 carries for 20 yards, including a 14-yard touchdown run. He has been sacked twice by the Jal defense. Number 83, the only other player with, actually, he's got 1 carry for -3 yards. Johansson, number 52, 1 carry for 3 yards. And Badillo, he's got 2 carries for -4 yards. So really, Jal doing a good job in the running game, but yeah, not even doing a really good job in the passing game. It was a turnover that led to that 14-yard score, and that's really what New Mexico Military has had. So 46 yards through the air cumulatively as a team, only 16 yards on the ground. That leads to 62 total yards. New Mexico Military was flagged for 2 penalties, 15 yards in the first half. They only had 3 first downs in the first half, and they score nothing in the first, and they get a touchdown in the second. The point after good. That's how they get to their 7 points on the board. Turning the page for your Jal Panthers, Brendan Giles has been doing most of the heavy lifting for the Panthers. 16 carries for 102 yards. He does have a touchdown run of 4 yards for the Panthers. He has been sacked a couple of times, so that skews his rushing totals just a little bit. Next on the list is Jacob Lujan, 2 carries for 76 yards, including a 78-yard end around that turned in, of course, to a touchdown. Josh Cervantes, 7 carries, 42 yards. Unfortunately, one of those carries was a fumble that led to the touchdown for New Mexico Military, and Alex Catillon, 4 carries for 14 yards. So Giles has only attempted 1 pass. It was incomplete. So 234 total yards on the ground for the Panthers. They were also flagged 2 times in the first half for 15 yards. They score their 13 points on the first quarter, 13 in the first, nothing in the second, and that's how we get to our 13-7 score here on the board at Panther Stadium. So we'll come back in 3 minutes and talk about your keys to the second half. You're listening to and watching the Jal Panther Bowl game against New Mexico Military on 103.7 KPZA, the KPZA app, and streaming worldwide. Able to watch free of charge on HobbsAmerica.com at the Jal Sports tab and on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel.
Jerkway.
Thank you. Let's go 3 minutes here, please. 3 minutes.
Okay, we're on our 3rd rotation.
Okay. You what? There wasn't a touchdown. He had a 7-yard run. No, it was a first down. Back here at Panther Stadium, Panther Halftime Show. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan, Tiff Stuber engineering and producing back at One Radio Square tonight. So the Panthers with a 13-7 lead. Jal coming out on fire, but a turnover in that second quarter really seemed to spark New Mexico Military, and so they, showed a little more fire in that second quarter, and that's how we get to our 13-7 score. So, Dawn Morgan, based on what you've seen in the first half, what are you thinking are going to be the keys to the second half for this Panther squad?
Well, Jal was able to come out, and while they were not getting real strong resistance from NMMI, they were, able to control the football very well, stay focused on that, move the chains forward. Now, they can continue to do that, but they are facing a squad that found out, hey, Jal was vulnerable. NMMI came out and started this game sort of hangdog, kind of like they, with
didn't
not a lot of energy,
like
they didn't think that they were going to win or could win this game. And once they found out, Jal's human, that they made a mistake, and NMMI picked up on that. They were able to capitalize on that and take a fumble and turned it into a score. And from then on, they had a little spark, a little life, and now they're giving Jal some resistance, both offensively, defensively. They've got a little spark, a little on the line. They're running through the line a little bit. They've had a sack. Giles is able to be kind of he's not a one-man show by any means. So we've got some capable folks who can run the football for him and catch that football. But Jal relies heavily on him and his talents, just like NMMI seems to rely a lot on their quarterback and his talents. He kicks as well, and he started off kind of wobbly and hesitant. I thought at the start of this that he seemed like a quarterback who just got drafted into that position, just was able to play it better than anybody else, and he was kind of he seemed like a reluctant quarterback to me. Well, he's grown in some confidence and has started playing much better and leading the Colts, to a much better showing on the field. So we'll see what happens. We'll see which NMMI team comes out after half, and if Jal comes out ready to handle them and to play like they did in that very first quarter and come out looking dominant, dominate the football, handle it, take care of it, and move it down the field and into the end zone.
Well, absolutely. As the Panthers, I think defensively, they're fine. They gave up the touchdown when they got saddled with a short field after a fumble, but only giving up 62 yards in the entire first half. So the Panther defense has definitely not been the problem, also forcing that turnover late with the interception. So the defense hadn't been a problem. Keep doing what you're going to do. And New Mexico Military is going to make some adjustments. They seem to have found that they can pass the ball against Jal. So look for them to do a lot more of that. The Panthers just need to be aware of it and continue to defend exactly like they have been. For the Jal Panthers, you've got to find something that is working on offense. New Mexico Military has decided that we're not going to let Brendan Giles beat us. And they're keeping at least one, if not two guys on him at all time. One that's just rushing him, trying to get him out of his rhythm, trying to get him to roll and start moving around. Then another, what they call a spy, who stays on him. If he goes left, he goes left. He goes right. He starts moving forward. That spy comes in to tackle him. So they've got at least two guys on him every play. So they've got to find somebody else that can step up. Josh Cervantes, of course, is their senior running back. I think he would be the most, probably the most obvious candidate, but they've got some good receivers in Jacob and Andres Lujan, Ethan Sandoval, Baeza. They can all make catches. And so I'm thinking maybe you get out of that close-in pistol and go to either just the 3 or 4 yard pistol or go into the full shotgun. And Giles has got a good arm. Let him start airing it out a little bit. Maybe start throwing some passes. I know it is not their bread and butter. This is a running team. This is a grind-it-out, control-the-clock team. But if they're keying in on your running backs and on your running quarterback, and you're only getting, you're getting a yard at a time, I'm not going to do it.
Then switch it up.
Switch it up. Find something.
Mix
Even
it up.
If you want to keep running and grinding, just throw some quick little wide receiver or running back screens. Go into the flats.
Toss.
Yep, just give them a little bit of time and a little bit of space and a different look.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Spread them out just a little bit. Give them a different look and see what you can come up with that. And maybe it shakes them loose a little bit. Maybe you get lucky on a play or two. It sparks a big gain or maybe even a score, and then you change the face of this game. You get your momentum and you keep it.
Well, and it's going to be vitally important for Jal to hold New Mexico Military off the scoreboard. They will have the ball to start the third quarter, so I think vitally important for the Panthers to not give up a score to start the third quarter as the two teams come back out onto the field to begin their halftime warm-ups going into the second half. So we'll go ahead and take a 3-minute timeout and come back for the third quarter. This is Jal Panther football on 103.7 KPZA, online on the 103.7 KPZA app, and also streaming worldwide for free to view on HobbsAmerica.com at the Jal Panther Sports tab, also on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel, and tonight also in Eddy and Chavez counties, courtesy of KSVPTV.com. Thanks to Gene Dow and Pecos Valley Broadcasting for asking to take this feed. We were happy to allow them to do that. So we're back in 2 minutes for the start of the third quarter. This is Panther football from 103.7 KPZA. Back here at Panther Stadium, ready for the start of the second half of this bowl game between the Jal Panthers and the New Mexico Military Institute Colts. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Don Morgan, Tiff Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Anthony Bahena will tee it up at the 40. The Panthers will be kicking from the left to the right. They will have the wind in the fourth quarter. One thing Jal has to do, too, is when they have the ball on offense, they've got to figure out the quarterback center exchange. So Bahena will kick it, and it will roll, and it'll be touched, and finally going to have to just be downed and fallen on by John Kirtland. As a little confusion, John Durant thought about picking it up and muffed it, and Kirtland finally having to just dive on it. So from the 31-yard line, that is where the Institute will have it. First down and 10. We are underway in the third quarter. Jal up by 6, 13-7. You got to remember, Jal's only a 2A school, and they are taking on a top 10 team from Class 3A. So it is a pretty good matchup, but New Mexico Military, a lot more kids, a lot deeper bench than the Panthers. So Sabili from the shotgun, since Twins left, Twins right. We talked about it, and it looks like they are going to come out in a passing look. Jal going to put 4 men across the front. Good snap. They'll hand it off to big number 83. Goes over the right side, and whoa, that was a sumo collision over there as big number 83 and Bahena, they run into each other, and it'll be 1 yard on the gain for big number 83. And again, I apologize. We do not have that young man's name. He's having a good game. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
And I think we could feel the ground shake up here.
I think we could.
Those two ran into each other on the field. Wow.
2nd and 9 for the Colts of New Mexico Military. Twins left, Twins right. Bahena going to bark out, or pardon me, Sabili going to bark out the signal. Low snap, picks it up off the turf, going to keep it himself. Rolls near side and then tries to cut it back up the middle, but he is going to be met and driven backwards. Colton Butts leading the charge for the Panthers. I think he's going to get a yard out of it. Yeah, they'll give him a yard on the quarterback keeper, and it'll be 3rd down and 8. Good job by the Panther D.
Yeah, good read on that. Swarmed keyed in on it, then swarmed him right away, kept him from getting downfield.
So 3rd and 8, I think important here for the 3rd down to establish and keep the defensive rhythm established. Jal had no problems with that, only giving up 62 yards and forcing a turnover in the first half. You got to think maybe a passing down here. Jal going to go in man coverage on the receivers. Matter of fact, near side, they're going to leave a guy wide open, looks like. There's the snap, and he'll go right side, and that one is going to be almost picked off, as going up and climbing the ladder was Brendan Giles, who knocked it away. Giles already with an INT in this ball game, but knocks it away. It'll be 4th down and 8, and you've got to think punt time for Coach Montoya.
4th down for the Colts.
So 4th down and 8, 10:28 to go. The defense did what you wanted them to do, coming out to start this 3rd quarter.
Definitely special teams coming out on the field for the Colts. And Giles will go back deep for Jal.
Giles is kind of like the Sabili of the Panthers, or actually Sabili's probably like the Giles of the Colts. He does it all. He kicks, he returns. He's the quarterback. He washes the bus.
Talented young man, both of them.
Probably edits the film. Low snap as Sabili will pick it up off the turf. Almost going to be blocked, but it's still a good kick, but it's going to go way out of bounds and going to sail. And they're going to give him an awful generous kick back at the 25-yard line. That thing sailed at about the 40.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, well, the Panthers just more room to work with, can kill a little more clock, up by 6. 13-7 is the score. So give it over to your Jal Panthers, their first possession of the second half.
Yeah, I really think, and they are going to adjust that. I was going to say, I saw it skip out before even the 30, and I think they're going to spot it at the 28.
Yeah, let's see where they...
Or 32. They're going to spot it at the 32, yeah.
Well, I think they're still discussing where they're going to put it. So, and I think they finally decide it's at the 32.
Yeah.
So, all right, 1st and 10. I think Coach Giles saying...
That's more accurate. That's about where I thought I saw it skip out of bounds, or that it landed way out of bounds, but I think that's about where it was. True.
So 32-yard line. That's a much better spot. I think much more accurate. Good pressure put on by the Panthers on that kick. Colby Taylor.
Still able to get away a pretty good one.
So 1st and 10. They'll come out still in the pistol. Send one man wide to the left, 2 backs in the backfield. Hand it off, and coming it'll be Cervantes near side, gets out of a tackle at the 35, to the 37, to the 40, puts his shoulder down and bowls forward to about the 41-yard line. Cervantes just knocking Colts out of the way. It's a 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1 for the Panthers.
And again, Stephen Houston for the Colts was the first man to get a hand on him, but he did not make an effective tackle, couldn't bring him down.
So it'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Panthers. Cervantes with 51 yards on 9 carries. So 2nd and 1 for Jal on their first possession of this second half. Under center this time will be Giles, and the quarterback keeper, he's just going to take it over the right tackle, and he'll have enough for the first down. So 1 yard on the quarterback keeper. So 103 on the ground for Giles, and it should move the chains. I'm going to hold off until we get an official mark, and yep, it will move the chains. First down, Panthers.
Well, if one is what you need, one is what you get, that's as good as 10.
And it moves the clock, so just want to, that's what Jal wants to do. They want to eat clock, they want to eat yards, and they just want to grind and grind and grind on you.
But they do want to get down there and get some more points on the board. This is not enough of a cushion.
No, not a comfortable lead at all, only 6 points. So Giles with 2 backs in the backfield with him from the mini pistol. That'd be the Saturday night special, I guess. Anyway, he hands it off, and it'll be to Catillon, who gets out of 1 tackle, spins forward, crosses the 50, and into Colt territory. 8-yard gain for Alexavier Catillon, and it'll be 2nd down and 2.
That was Diego Hernandez for the Colts, who wrapped his arms around him, and he was in on the first contact and in on the takedown all the way.
So 2nd and 2 after the 8-yard gain by Catillon, number 22. A lot of 2s all of a sudden. It's 8:32 on the clock. So however that works. 2nd down and 2, that's how it'll work. They're going to put Baezel wide to the right side. From the pistol, hand it off, and Catillon is going to be hit immediately, and he's going to lose 3 yards. It's coming through.
Again.
Nobody blocked Diego Hernandez at all, and it's going to cost them 3 yards. And so they go from 2nd and 2 to 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Hernandez is proving to be a pretty good bugaboo against Jal, reading that offense pretty well.
So 3rd down and 5.
He's coming in and filling the gap.
And Jal just doing exactly what they did in the second quarter and didn't seem to make many adjustments. Of course, maybe they're just lulling New Mexico. I wouldn't put it, Coach Giles kind of lulling them a little bit there. So they're going to come out, go big boys up against the front, a couple of tight ends in the ball game, and Giles keeping it himself, and he's going to get the 3 yards they lost back, but no more than that, and it'll be 4th down and 2.
He did a fake to 22 Alexavier Carrion, but really the Colts didn't bite on that. They ended up keying in on Giles pretty quickly.
So 4th down and 2 to go with 7:21 remaining in the third quarter. Jal up by 6, 13-7 in this NMAA sanctioned bowl game to end the season. So Jal going to come out, split a man out wide to the left. That is Lujan from the mini pistol formation. And they got the jump. Yep, the hard count worked, and we'll have offsides. And so first penalty, let's make sure it's offsides and nobody from Jal jumped.
Yeah,
because that could change the math here.
And the Colts really, they had a last-second scramble to switch players on that line that kind of had them off kilter from the very beginning, even before the count started.
So this is a long discussion for an offsides call,
and
it will be offsides on New Mexico Military. Thank you very much.
I wonder if they were considering offsetting penalties on that or something. I don't know.
And so it will be 5-yard penalty, and it'll be enough to move the chains. First down, Panthers. So a Panther first down off of the penalty. Moves them inside the 45 to the 44-yard line inside Colt territory. 6:58 remaining here in the third quarter. Panthers trying to get a little offensive rhythm going. Low snap, another bad one, but it's handed off to Carrion. Weaves his way through the line, crosses the 35 to the 30, down to near the 25-yard line, making the 26 before he is brought down, but it'll be a pickup of 18 yards for Alexavier Carrion and move the chains. First down, Panthers.
Wow, what a nice broken field run from him. That was textbook, and bringing him down finally was Rangel for the Colts.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers on the move at the 26-yard line, knocking on the Colts' door. Going to be imperative for them not to stall out here. Continue to move on the clock. 6.5 to go, third quarter. Giles with Carrion in the backfield with him, and also Sandoval. And it's a bad snap, and going back and falling on it is Carrion. I hate to have to write that one down, but he is going to lose all the way back to the 34-yard line. So it'll be a loss of 8. Ouch, I hate to put that one on Carrion's ledger, but he's the one that wound up with it.
Well,
so 2nd and 18.
Jal has been plagued by low snaps the entire game. If they've had one thing that's been consistently a problem for them, it's been low snaps, bad snaps.
Yeah, they've had quite a few, and they had one that got a point after block too.
They've been able to handle most of them and avert disaster, but this time not.
It'll be Sandoval again, and Carrion. Low snap again, handed off to Carrion. He gets a good block up the middle. He's got some room across the 35 to the 30 to the 20 and down inside the 20 to the 16-yard line, and going to be very close to a first down. I think he's going to wind up being about a half-yard short, but Alexavier Carrion turns it on 17 yards.
And that was Rogelio Carrion, who grabbed a foot and made a great shoestring tackle. Otherwise, he would have been in the end zone.
And they give him 18, and so it will be enough for the Panther first down. Move the chains. That'll be their 13th first down of the ball game. Inside the red zone at the 15-yard line. Panthers in the Colt red zone. Split by Azal, wide to the left, keep the tight ends in the ball game. Carrion is the deep back. Handed off to Alexavier again. He's going to come sweep it right side across the 10 and onto the 5, but a flag comes in late, and we're going to have a hold on the Panthers as, I think that one's a pretty easy one to call on Jesus Carrion, as he basically used Alexander Johnson as an air mattress. So, that's coming back. So wipes out a great gain. And it'll be a 10-yard penalty on the Panthers, and it happened behind the line of scrimmage, so that makes it even worse. It'll go in the books as a 10-yard penalty. Let's make sure that's what it's going to be. Of course, they're talking to Jal, so who knows what it is. But I saw what could definitely be a hold on the Panthers. Of course, I had a friend who was an NCAA official at one point say that you could call a penalty on every play if you so chose.
If you were being nitpicky and really looking for something, it's just who gets caught. who gets seen and who gets caught.
And so it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and the flag was thrown at the 18-yard line, so that'll move it all the way back to the 28. So they've got a ways to go. They've got to get it to the 5. So from the 28 to the 5 is what, 23 yards. So first down and 23 for the Panthers.
So going to be at the 33-yard line.
Asking me to do math is not a pretty thing, but it will be first down and 23 out of the hold. It wipes out a great run by Carillon. So, yep, now they're back outside the 30. Got to get it to the 5-yard line.
Okay, Coach Giles.
Actually 28 yards, not 23. I said math was not my strong suit. I was correct. So first and 28 for the Panthers. Not quite first and Kermit, but they're working on it. Good snap that time. Carillon hit in the backfield, grabbed by the jersey, and just going to be brought down. He's going to lose a couple of more yards as that's Oxley again, who's had a good game. So Carillon going to lose 2 yards, and now it'll be second down and 30. So now I think we can officially say second and Kermit.
Yeah, if they have another loss, it's going to be
second
Wink. Yeah.
And if they have one after that, it'll be second and Monahan's. We can just keep moving down Highway 18.
We can, but we don't want to. That's right. So Jal needs to correct this.
Second and 30 for the Panthers from the 35-yard line. Low snap, it's handled. Rolling right is Giles, and he's just going to put his head down and gets back to the line, but nothing doing there as Alexander Johnson and a couple other Colts.
Stephen Houston along with him on the other side.
All over him. No room for Giles to run, so no gain, and it'll be third and 30.
Oof.
Clock continues to move, though. The Panthers are eating a lot of clock here, but you'd sure hate to see them eat. Right now we're going on 6.5 minutes of game time and come up empty.
They've really, at this point, even for just momentum, I mean, possession's great, but you've got to move the chains, but you got to have a score. They really got to march down.
I think
and they need a big gain right here.
As Giles will call for it, and they will give it off to Lujan, who thinks about throwing it. Lujan with speed, though. Bounces out of a tackle, gets away from some pressure, crosses the 30 to the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 on the end around for Lujan. I thought he was going to throw it on the on the receiver pitch, but he did not. 86 yards, and so it'll be fourth down and 20 now for the Panthers.
Well, they took a little bite, but they need a bigger one.
Of course, they will go for it deep inside New Mexico military territory. Clock continues to move. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in a fast-moving third quarter. Jal has already controlled the ball for over 7 minutes of it.
It's been a fast-moving game, period.
Yes, it has.
Not to, I mean, when you run the ball a lot and nobody was really going out of bounds, that clock just continues to run.
Fourth down and state line now for the Panthers as we hit the 3-minute mark remaining, and flags will fly, and we're going to have a delay of game on the Panthers. Bad penalty there.
Terrible timing.
So now it'll be fourth and 25. I don't think it changes the plan. I think you're still going to go for it. Again, Jal just trying to eat as much time off the clock as they can. So delay of game, 2:59 remaining here in the third quarter. Jal hanging on to a 13-7 lead. It what's become a defensive slugfest.
Jal.
So now Jal is going to show punt. So we'll see if Taylor will punt it away. Bad snap. Taylor has to jump and get it, and he will get it away. And he'll angle it over, and it'll be bouncing at the 5. And it'll take a Jal bounce and goes through the 5-hole of Carillon and goes all the way down to the 2-yard line. And so they pin New Mexico military back deep. It's a 32-yard punt by Taylor. And so Jal comes up empty, but the punt will pin the Colts deep in their own territory.
Well, if you could make the best of a bad situation right there, that's what you come up with.
So it makes NMMI have to work 98 yards, and it puts them on their backs against their own goal line. So if you're Coach Giles here and his defensive coaching staff, do you maybe try and dial the heat up?
You do it. Go for a safety.
Zabili. That's 6 yards deep in the end zone from the shotgun. He'll take it left side. Jal hits him. They got the safety. Put 2 on the board. The safety for the Wildcats. Where's the signal for the safety? Signal
finally.
It. And no, it's a fumble and a touchdown. 6 on the board. Touchdown, Panthers. The fumble turns into a TD.
Wow, great recovery.
Sabili loses 2 yards and fumbles, and it turns into a Panther touchdown. 19-7, that's what you need. I didn't see the ball pop out.
No, there was such a big pile on right there at the goal line. It was impossible to see.
And I don't know who recovered
Don't know who recovered it, but it was great recovery.
So the Panthers will attempt the point after. Out of the hold of Giles to kick it up will be Bahena, and he will put the foot into it. That one's partially blocked, and it'll squirm wide to the left. But the Panther defense scores the touchdown on the fumble. I thought they just had a safety. I like the fumble recovery for the touchdown even better. So Jal 19, New Mexico Military 7. We're back in a minute. More Panther football from KPZA. Jal Panther defense forces a fumble in the end zone and then falls on it as Colby Taylor, we've been informed, it was the man who stripped it and then fell on it. The point after, no good. It'll be a little short squibber. It'll be fielded at the 30 by the Institute, and bringing it up through the middle is John Kirtland, who's going to get it up near the 40 before the Panthers swarm and bring him down. Jesse Baeza and Andres Lujan also in on the stop. So back over to the Colts of New Mexico Military. And we talked about it, Dawn. We almost sounded prescient there. You know, do you bring the heat? Do you try and get the safety? And we thought they had the safety. It got better. It was a touchdown.
We liked the safety, but we really liked the touchdown. So, yeah, we'll take that instead.
So now let's see how the Institute responds. They are going to put big number 83 back in as the deep back with Savili this time. Then two receivers left, one to the right. They will have a tight end in the ball game. And we have a new quarterback in the ball game. It'll be Badillo this time. So Badillo on as the quarterback, throws it across the middle. Has a man. That is Houston across the 50 to the 45-yard line before he's tripped up by Lujan.
Wow.
And Giles, where did that come from? It'll be a, well, what's going on? There's a flag maybe on the play.
Interesting. Well, Badillo stepped out of nowhere. He had been one of the more reliable.
They're going to say he never had possession. I don't know how that works.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Okay.
So Badillo in at the quarterback position.
And Badillo had been one of the more reliable carriers for the Colts.
Only had 2 carries in the ball game, but now he's in as the quarterback. So they'll come out in a 3-receiver set this time. Twins to the right, one to the left. Badillo handles it, throws it near side to Oching. Oching going to have it, no question about possession. He'll cross the 50 into Panther territory at the 48-yard line. It'll be a 12-yard completion to Oching, his third catch of the ball game for 27 yards. And it'll be a first down for New Mexico Military with 2:25 to go.
He caught it, but Baeza and Carrion were right there in front of him, ready to take him down.
So first down for the Colts inside Panther territory, and he got out of bounds, which is more important right now for New Mexico Military as it stops the clock.
And Jal's got to watch out because all of a sudden the Colts with this new quarterback.
And Sabili's got his helmet on the far side, so he's not hurt. I'm thinking maybe Coach Montoya going for a change of pace.
Could be. It certainly has taken the Panthers by surprise. They're going to have to whip up into shape here against this guy.
Trips right, one left. Running back is Johansson in the backfield, and whistles sound and delay of game on New Mexico Military. And you see that sometime when you get a new quarterback in the ball game. Their cadence is different.
Yep.
It takes them a little. Their terminology sometimes is just a little bit different. The way they run the offense, so it takes the line and some of the guys a little bit of
to adjust
to it.
A little adjustment.
So it'll be a 5-yard penalty. First down and 15 for the Institute. as it puts them back inside Colt territory at the 47-yard line. 2:25 remaining, third quarter, 19-7, Jal in the lead. Now this time it'll be Badillo, and he will drop the ball. It is on the turf, and falling on it is Johansson, but he lost it as it squirted out, and coming out from the bottom with it is Rogelio Carrion getting the fumble, and first down Panthers. Carrion on the fumble by Johansson.
Nice.
Third turnover of the night for the Panthers, and they will get the football back. And in good field position, too, so time to grind up by 12, and the Panthers definitely have no trouble with the grind part.
They can certainly do that. They can as long as they take care of the football, they can just hang on to it, march up, move the chains little by little.
Sandoval on the right shoulder of Giles. The deep back is going to be Carrion. As a late substitution coming in, Hunter Cullenbean, and they'll hand it off. And moving forward is Carrion, as he'll cross the 40 and just kind of like a rugby player, squirm his way along the turf as they went right at Cullenbean as he checked into the ball game. It'll be an 8-yard gain for Carrion, who has taken over the bulk of the running. He's got 53 yards now on 11 carries, so averaging about 5 yards a carry. Pretty good. So second down and about 3.
And, you know, the Panthers have done kind of what we said they needed to do, is find a little bit different look and a little bit different rhythm, somebody else to run.
And so they do, and they'll hand it to Carrion as he's going to sweep it out to the right side, crosses the 35, and going to be knocked out and then ridden out of bounds and hit hard by Oxley at the 30. Carrion, a 7-yard pickup and close to, he got plenty for first down, close to another 15 yards getting taxed on, but it'll move the chains. 14th first down for your Jal Panthers. They lead 19-7 with 96 seconds to go in the third. A fumble forced by New Mexico Military. Let's see if Jal can cash in on another turnover. Giles with Carrion is the deep back. They'll hand it to Carrion. Good hole up the middle. He crosses the 20, bounces outside across the 15, spins out of a tackle inside the 10-yard line. 19 yards for Carrion and move the chains. First down, Panthers.
Wow, nice run. He definitely read the field in front of him. He weaved, he bobbled, he spun, and he moved forward. He got a great little run out of that.
And they're going to park it right at the 10-yard line, so it'll be first and goal from the 10 for the Panthers. Minute 20 remaining here in the third quarter. Panthers trying to extend a 2-touchdown lead. Again, Carrion is the deep back. Giles picks it up off the turf. It's going to be handled. Carrion going to sweep it out to the right side. At 3, at the 2, and out of bounds. They're going to say he steps out at the 3, but it'll be another 7-yard gains as Carrion is just eating up yards. He's got 86 on the ground, and it'll be second and goal from the 3.
And I'm looking. I think it might be closer to the 2. Nope, they're going to put it right on the 3. You had the call right.
So it'll be right on the 3-yard line. He stepped out, so it stops the clock with 1:07 remaining in the third. The Panthers would love to punch another one through here. They'll split Lujan out wide to the left. 2 tight ends in the game for the Panthers. Giles got it. He'll hand it. Carrion, he's going to take it on the right side and puts his head down and runs over a man and into the end zone. Put 6 on the board. Touchdown, Panthers.
What?
Yep, Carrion into the end zone from 3 yards out. And that'll make it 25-7 in favor of the Panthers. The point after to come, and the Panthers will try another kick. I'm not sure you don't go for 2 here, but Bahena, a pretty good kicker if they can just get the snap down. It's good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and Bahena bangs it through. So 1:02 remaining here in the third quarter. Jal 26, New Mexico Military 7. We're back in a minute. Panther football continues on 103.7 KPZA. It was the Alex Xavier carry-on possession for the Jal Panthers. He winds up capping it off with a 3-yard touchdown run, and the Panthers will go up by a score of 26-7. The point after is good. Bahena to kick it away for the Panthers. Still moving from the left to the right as we've got 1:02 left in the third quarter. So Bahena kicks it away, and that one will be on the ground. It'll get a little squirrely. It's going to be fielded by one of the upmen, and a huge hit put on by Lujan, as I do believe that number 33 for the Institute, Kendrick Tosi, is going. Anybody get the number of that truck?
Well,
yeah, it was number 1, Jacob Lujan.
And number 7 in there as well. Number 7, who
Ethan
is Ethan
Sandoval.
Sandoval. Yeah, Ethan Sandoval.
Pretty good field position, though, at the 39-yard line. 56 seconds to go here in the third. Let's see who the quarterback is going to be this time for the Institute. And it looks like we may have, nope, it'll be Sabili going back in. And they're actually going to go with, looks like maybe a wishbone look. Nope, now they're going to split out Ocheng wide to the right. So Sabili back in at the quarterback position. Low snap, he'll handle it. Now he'll pitch it near side, and they'll do the halfback option coming back across, and that one is going to be almost picked off. As going up into the air and trying to come down with it, not able to control it, was Lujan. So incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Lujan would have had 6 on the board if he'd have come down with that one. It was thrown right to him. We've got a flag in the backfield. I think maybe holding on the Institute. I'm not sure. I don't decline this if I'm Coach Giles, but we'll see what the call is for sure.
And that's what Giles, the player, is thinking and saying is, hey, just don't take that.
Now, let's see. We still haven't gotten a signal, and it'll be personal foul. Oh, personal foul, roughing the passer on Jal.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
wow.
bad turn of events right there.
That is, and a timeout taken. Well,
Giles,
I was going to say Montoya's halfway out to the line. Montoya still wants to talk about it, and so does Coach Giles. So a 15-yard penalty on the Panthers on a roughing the passer. So we'll take a 30-second timeout while things simmer down here back on 103.7 KPZA. Back here at Panther Stadium, a roughing the passer penalty will give New Mexico Military their 5th first down. The Panthers are steaming mad, and wow. And that 15 yards from the spot of the foul will put New Mexico Military into Jal territory. 50 seconds to go. Jal taking the timeout, I think, wisely to try and settle things down. They're up 3 touchdowns, 26-7. But you don't want to let it devolve.
No, and you don't want to lose your cool. That's how you give control to the other team.
Sabili is the quarterback for receiver set. Jal with 4 men across the front. Going to show blitz. Sabili picks it up off the turf, and he's going to be swarmed under and sacked by the Panthers as hello Taylor and hello Colton Butts.
Yep.
And that is a huge sack. Sabili will go down for the 3rd time tonight on the sack, and he is going to lose 11 as the Panthers blitz got him.
And that was a hard takedown, but it was clean. And the Panthers got up from that right away. They rolled away from him. They didn't want anything to do with any kind of a negative call off of that. That was too good of a sack.
So 2nd and 21, 13 seconds to go. I've got to think that New Mexico Military is just going to let the clock expire on this quarter as Badillo will check back in at the quarterback position with 4, with 3, with 2, with 1. Nope, they're not going to get the snap off. So we head to the 4th. It's Jal 26, New Mexico Military 7. Back in a minute on 103.7 KPZA. Back here at Panther Stadium, start of the fourth quarter now up over the Institute 26-7. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, Tiff Stuber in studio engineering and producing. So Jal with the big lead and a second down and 21 facing the Institute after a great sack by Colton Butts and Colby Taylor coming through on a blitz and knocking down Sabili, the quarterback. And so we will start the fourth quarter with New Mexico Military back on their heels just a little bit. And it looks like they're going to have Badillo back in at the quarterback, so they're running a two-headed quarterbacking system. So Badillo with a four-receiver set, twins left, twins right. Low snap, handles it, quick throw across the middle to Houston, and that one is going to be picked off right in the hands of a Jal Panther to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, 10, 5, and put it in the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers! Damian Baeza on the pick six. Damian Baeza, take it home, young man, as the sophomore defensive back takes it to the house. 45 yards for the Panthers score. Second defensive score of the night for Jal.
Great interception. It almost looked like that ball was thrown to him, though. All he had to do was turn around and look and put his hands out, catch that, turn around and run. There was nobody in front of him or even behind him close enough to catch him.
And New Mexico Military has been playing dangerous. They've had a couple that would have gone that way had the Panthers been able to control. So Bahina will come on for the point after out of the hold of Giles. So the Panthers defense doing the damage here tonight. So waiting for the point after from Bahina. High snap. It is handled by Giles, and that one was ugly. It came off the side of the foot of Bahina. No good. So we are just underway in the fourth. 11:48 to go in the ball game. Jal 32, New Mexico Military 7, but not waving the white flag yet. We're back in a minute on 103.7 KPZA. Welcome back to Panther Stadium. A pick six for Damian Baeza. The point after no good, but you'll take it as Jal goes up 32-7 here in the fourth quarter. Just underway in the fourth. Bahina to kick it away. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan. Tiff Stuber in studio engineering and producing. And thank you for being with us tonight wherever you are listening or watching around the world. So Bahina to kick it away, and he will kick it, and it is going to go over the head of one of the men. And Ching should have just let that one go out of bounds. They would have had it at the 35. Instead, Ching will field it at the 10, and they're going to throw a flag. I think they're going to say that maybe he fielded it out of bounds, and if he did that, it would be out of bounds. And so that would give him the ball at the 35.
The ball's sitting on the 9-yard line right now, but that could change.
Well, let's see. Is the head referee going to come over and looks like he's talking to Jal. Coach Montoya wants to know what's going on. He's saying, is it on them or is it on us? There still hasn't been a signal to us or the official scorekeeper in the booth as to what the call is going to be. I think it may be, it's going to be a personal foul on the Panthers. Somebody's barking, and so that'll be 15 from the spot instead of having them pinned back at the 10. Yikes, that is going to move them way forward. Jal's last two penalties have been of the 15-yard variety. So now they have 6 penalties whistled for 60 yards, and that moves them
to the 24, should be. Because
moves
it was
them to
sitting on the
it moves them, yeah, but it's from the spot,
from the
of,
spot
the
of the foul.
So it
Okay.
moves it goes in the books as a 15-yard penalty, but in
Right.
reality it's a 32-yard penalty.
On the field, in
Yeah.
actual,
Yeah,
as
in
far as
actual field
yard-wise.
space.
Right.
So from the 41-yard line, that's where they'll take over, and it'll still be Badillo in at the quarterback position. Trips to the right, one to the left. He'll throw it left side. He has him in. That's Oching at the 45. So before he's moved out of bounds, it'll be a 4-yard completion to Oching, his 4th catch of the night.
And Jesse Baeza, if he had had 2 more steps on him, he would have maybe been able to get a hand in front of that ball, block it.
So 2nd down and 4 for the New Mexico, or rather 2nd and 6 for the New Mexico Military Institute Colts. 11 minutes, 41 seconds. They're going to work the sidelines and try and drag this out. Like I said, they're not raising the white flag in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Trips to the right, one to the left. Badillo is the quarterback. Marks it out, low snap, he handles it. Now he's just going to be forced to take it himself, and he is going to be hit, and he is going to be sacked. Great job by the Panther defense. He just lost the 4 that he got.
It looked like Anthony Bahina on the stop.
Bahina does a little bit of everything, too. And so there we go. It'll be a 4-yard loss. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 for New Mexico Military. Keeps the clock rolling at 11:15 remaining. So 3rd and 10 as the Jal coaching staff sends in their defensive signals. And the Institute will go with the trips receiver right set once again. Oching by himself up to the left. They really like to target Oching, so be sure you keep somebody on him. The other one they really like is Houston. So they'll go to Oching on the route across the middle and tipped at the line, and then tipped again as Cervantes will help Oching up. It'll be incomplete, and so it'll be 4th down and 10 unless we got some laundry on the field. Nope, it'll be 4th and 10, and you got to think punt time for the Colts. And then grind time for the Panthers.
Right. It does look like, yep.
Yep,
Punt,
looks like
punt team coming on.
Yeah, looks like they will be punting it away. As Seville will come on to punt. Back deep to receive that punt will be Brendan Giles. He'll set up back around his own 20-yard line. So the starting quarterback, Seville, to punt. To his opposite number, the Giles starting quarterback, Giles. Zabili, good snap. He'll handle it, and he wants it. He's going to throw it, and it's to Houston, wide open at the 45, to the 40, to the 35, and it'll be Giles who brings him down at the 32-yard line. Zabili is the quarterback, and the fake works to perfection.
Yeah, pretty nice throw, actually, that went along with that. And Jal, they
29 yards to Houston and a 1st down for the Institute.
Jal might have, expected possible trickeration there, but they weren't ready for that.
No, they were not. 43 yards to Houston, 75 through the air for Sabili. 1st down for New Mexico Military. 10.5 to go here in the ball game. 32-7 in favor of the Panthers. That'll be Badillo back in at the quarterback position. 83 on his right shoulder. Trips left, one right. Good snap. They'll hand it to big number 83, and he is hit, and he is going to drag some Panthers with him to the 30-yard line. That is a big boy to try and bring down. He picks up 3 on the carry, so that'll get him into positive territory, and it'll be 2nd down and 7.
You have a feeling you could harness him to a locomotive, and he'd still make positive yardage on you.
Yeah, that could very well be. Big, strong young man out of the Institute there in Roswell. Clock ticks under 10 minutes to play. 2nd down and 8 to go. Gave him 2 on the play instead of 3. Go from right at the 30-yard line. New Mexico Military not really getting in too much of a hurry. Twins left, twins right. Jal up big in this one. Low snap, but Dio handles it. It lets it go just as he's hit, and that one is almost picked off. It was tipped, and 2 Panthers had a shot at it. Lujan and Baeza thinking, yum, 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 I may have another one here. It is tipped and incomplete, and so it'll be 3rd down and 8 now.
Yeah, good hustle, though. Good eyes and good field position. The Jal Panthers are playing heads-up football. They're staying on their man, keying in, but they're staying very aware of the ball and everything going on the field, and that's a good football IQ.
2 interceptions and a fumble recovered for the Panthers. 9:31 remaining in the ball game. Jal, 9:31 away from claiming this bowl game title. Twins left, twins right for the Institute. Going to go out swinging if nothing else. But Dio from the shotgun has a man move, and yep, it'll be false start as the slot receiver on the left side, was just a little bit off, and so it'll be a 5-yard penalty on New Mexico Military.
Yeah, I think
that's their fifth penalty for 30 yards.
That was, I think, 67 who jumped, Vilhelmi Dexter.
Over in the slot, over there, actually it was 41 who jumped.
41,
it was
okay.
Diego Hernandez. They'll move them back, 3rd down and 13 as they move back to the 35-yard line. Need to get it up to about the 22 or so. Yeah, looks like the 22 from our angle. The sun goes down on a beautiful southeast New Mexico night from here in Jal, southern Lee County. Football bowl game tonight for you. Twins left, twins right. Badillo sends a man in motion from the left to the right. Gets the snap. He's going to look left, go across the middle, and that one is almost picked off as 3 Panthers had a shot at that one. Cervantes, Lujan, and finally Giles, none of them able to come down with it, but it's incomplete, and so it'll be 4th and 13. And Coach Montoya, I think, he's going to just bring Badillo over and say, all right, here's what we're going to do. You can't draw it up in the dirt anymore on these turf fields, but here's what we're going to do, so go do it. The Institute still definitely playing for pride, and we have seen some wild comebacks in this stadium over the years, Dawn Morgan. So
we have, but 32-7, the Jal Panthers pretty firmly in control of this one.
Panthers show blitz, low snap, Badillo handles it. He wants it all. He's going on the seam route to Oching, and he is going to overthrow him as on the coverage, and good coverage was Giles.
Jesse Baeza.
Oh, was it number 3?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
So it'll be incomplete, and so over on downs to the Jal Panthers. So first down Panthers as they will get the ball back with 9:21 to go. If they have a drive like they did in that third quarter, they will run this one out. They had it for about 8.5 minutes in that drive. Now let's see what the Panthers can come up with right here. Up big in the ball game, 32-7 over a pretty fair New Mexico Military Institute team from the 35-yard line. Panthers in their own territory. Going to split Lujan out wide to the left. That is rather to the right. That is Andres Lujan. 2 backs in the backfield with Giles. They're going to hand it off to Bahena, and he's going to put a hand down, and he's going to get a couple of yards out of it.
I think his knee went down, though, at the 36.
So Bahena, as my buddy Barney, if you're watching tonight, I know you're jealous, bud, because you never actually got to carry one in a game. Linemen kind of do it all. So it'll be a 1-yard gain for Bahena. So it'll be 2nd down and 9. Of course, the Jal Panthers, Coach Giles building a good program down here, always been strong, a big tradition here in Pantherland. So 2nd down and 9. Giles gets it, hands it off, and we're going to have another senior carry the ball and just bang it right up the middle. It looks like New Mexico Military getting just a little bit grouchy up there. And so it'll be number 82. I don't have an 82 on, or maybe that's 62.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Yeah, it's 62. That's Colton Butts. I do have that.
Okay.
So Colton's going to get 3 yards out of it. So 3rd down and 6 for the Panthers. Clock continues to move. We're at 8 minutes remaining in the ball game. 32-7. Jal in the lead. You want to just move the ball here. I like running your seniors and some of your backup players in. Now Giles still in at the quarterback position. They'll get it. They will hand it off. It's going to be Bahena again on a sweep. He's across the 40 to the 45. Puts his head down to the 47-yard line and move the chains. First down Panthers. It's a 9-yard gain for big Anthony Bahena.
Big man can move.
Yes, he can. Got some jets there. So first down for the Panthers.
And I would not want to be meeting him when he gets a pretty good head of steam going.
No, I would
not be wanting
either.
to try to meet him head on for sure.
His height and weight are not listed, but I'm guessing he's about 5'10" and probably around 285. So 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Hand it off, and it'll be Butts this time. Looking like the fridge, William Perry, as he goes over the left side and is going to pick up 1, 2, 3, 4 yards. So Butts carrying it forward, 2nd down and 6.
I like this. They've got lots of power holding that football. If they can just hang on to it, take care of it, keep moving forward. Jal's doing the right thing here, and I like it that, like you, that they're giving some of their seniors some time in the game.
And these are plays that get practiced.
Yes.
But they almost never ever make it into a game.
Right.
So, like Coach Giles for putting it in there. Bahena is the deep back this time. Giles with it. Going to hand it off, and that was Butts, and so he's going to lose a couple that time. So Butts going to lose the 4 that he got.
Yeah, unfortunately, NMMI, the Colts keyed in on that, and it was their number 50, Oxley, on that, and I believe it was 80 as well, Pivac.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Panthers as the clock continues to move. 6:20 remaining here in the ball game. This NMAA Heritage Bowl game, I believe, is what they're officially calling it. The Panthers and the Colts. I always thought they should have been the Cadets, but nobody asked me. Baeza split out wide to the right. Low snap, it's going to be handled. They'll hand it off again to Butts. Not a lot of running room as Oxley brings him down hard again. So no gain for Butts this time. And so it'll be 4th down and 10 for the Panthers as they continue to move the clock. By the time they punt it away, they'll probably have about 5:15 on the game clock remaining. Or they might just decide to go for it here. I don't know.
Well, they have...
They do have, of course, their punter in the game, who's also their quarterback, Brendan Giles.
Lujan and Taylor came off.
Nobody going back deep to receive, though. So the Institute going to let it happen as there will be the kick from Taylor.
Ooh,
and Taylor gets a beauty, and it's going to bounce at the 5 and go through the back of the end zone. It's a 52-yard punt, 62 if you count it going through the end zone. But it's going to wind up netting 42 as it'll come out to the 20. And that is where New Mexico Military will take over with 5:15 remaining in the ball game. Of course, a full sports weekend here from New Walmart Digital and the One Radio Square family, as we'll have Tatum bowl game football for you tomorrow on our sister station, Kicks 103, and also Lovington Soccer on the Lovington Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Right now, it's all about the Jal Panthers, though. 32-7 in favor of the Panthers. 5:15 remaining in the ball game. Badillo still in at the quarterback position. Twins left, Twins right. 4 men across the front for the Panthers. Now 5, they show blitz. Option pitch out to the far side. And no room to run. Great coverage by the Panthers as Johansson, who fumbled last time he carried, no gain. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
It was Colton Butts who got the first contact on him. Then he got cleaned up afterward there.
But he made it out of bounds. Nope, he didn't. They're going to keep the clock running, so he didn't get out of bounds. So 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 20 with 4 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Again, New Mexico Military, I think, has waved the white flag because they're not going hurry up. They're still being very methodical. Down by 4 touchdowns now. They're just taking their time. But looking for positives, you've got to think. They're working on some things and looking for some positives. Badillo, the quarterback, good snap this time, and he'll just take it himself. It is the keeper, tries to bounce it to the left side, and Kenyon will trip him up at the 22-yard line. 2-yard keeper for Badillo, and it'll be 3rd down and 8. Kenyon, nice job. 3rd and 8. Clock moves under 4 minutes to go. Jal Panthers, football, the ball miracles, and New Mexico Military actually finding 2nd gear, or 3rd or 4th, preferably. The Panthers are on their way to their 4th victory of the season, and an .800 winning percentage. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
And a legitimate claim at maybe being the number 2 team in the state. Badillo rolls to the left side, throws it across the middle, has a man at the 35-yard line.
Number 20, he does complete that. I thought that Jal was going to manage to rip his arm away before he could hang on to that, but that was John Duran with the reception for the Colts.
29 through the air for Badillo. Duran, his first catch of the night. And so it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Institute. New Mexico military came out and fought gamely, but I think Jal has really just worn them down and worn them out. And thanks to some fumbles and some timely defense, has really kind of broken their spirit tonight.
And Jal has an awful lot of two-way players. They're doing it with, players doing double duty, staying out on the field a lot of minutes.
Yes, they are. Twins left, twins right. Jal comes in off the corner with Taylor, rolling near side, throwing it, completing to Oching at the 40-yard line. And a couple of Panthers on the far side. Looked like Cervantes and Carrion both on the stop.
Yep.
So it'll be a 4-yard completion to Oching. He's got 35 yards tonight. And a player down on the field.
That is a Colt, I believe. Is that a Colt?
Yeah, that is. I believe it is. So
is.
one of the New Mexico military Colts down on his own sideline. So we'll take an injury timeout. This is Panther football. The injury timeout, it was Oching. He was up under his own power, and he looked to be fine. So it'll be 2nd down and 5 after the timeout. But Dio rolls left, being pressured by Taylor, throws a wobbler up in the air, and a fight for it, and almost picked off as a tug of war between Baeza and Duran. It'll wind up being incomplete, and so it'll wind up being 3rd and 5.
Good coverage, though. Baeza just read that and was right with his man all the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice job. So 3rd down and 5, 2:40 remaining in the ball game. The Panthers going to win their bowl game tonight and be victorious. So they mark the ball at the 40-yard line. Jal would love another opportunity to maybe get some of their younger players in. But I think they're going to be content just to kind of let New Mexico military dink and dunk a little bit here. So 3rd and 5. Badillo has to pick that one up off the target, off the turf, throws it, has a man in stride, Duran, but at and out of his hands. Good coverage, but a perfect throw from Badillo.
It was, and great coverage. He was having to look over his shoulder and just try to, keep that in a breadbasket in front of him, and he just couldn't keep that. But great coverage left and right there by Baeza and Cervantes again.
So it'll be a 4th down and 5 for the Institute, with 2:17 remaining in the ball game. They have all 3 of their timeouts left. I don't think they're going to be using them, though, down 32-7 with only slightly over 2 minutes left on the clock. So they will go for it on 4th down at the 40-yard line. Badillo going to be pressured again by Taylor. Throws it across, and that one is going to be popped up and picked up off the turf, but incomplete as it did go forward. But Taylor putting on the heat here late in the game, forcing the incompletion, and it is over on downs. 1st down, Panthers, as they can run this one out with 2:11 left on the clock. And prepare to wrap up a good season under head coach Dusty Giles, and improve to 4-1, and have a legitimate, I think, claim to being number 2 in the state.
I think
in
so.
Class 2A.
In Class 2A, you bet. And that's a pretty crowded, field. I mean, they've got and most of it right here, in southeast New Mexico.
Eunice 1, Texaco 2. Right. They played today, and
Eunice won.
And Texaco put up not as much of a fight as Jal did. So I think we can say Jal probably the number 2 team in the state in Class 2A. Just a shame that they couldn't have played Eunice up there. That would have been typical NMAA, though. So we'll let a man out wide to the left, and Giles.
Delay.
And, delay of game. And, delay of game on the Panthers. So even though you've got this one well in hand, you don't really want to, make silly mistakes. I mean, you can make that mistake if you're out of timeouts and, you're just burning clock, but you got to snap it before you can start burning clock on a change of possession. So from the 45-yard line, jumbo package, Giles up under center this time, and he'll just take it and kneel it down. So Giles, and I hate having to do these, but I have to write down a loss in the book. So Giles now with 1:05, and it'll be 2nd down and 11. If we are keeping up with it, and they will wait just as long as they can.
Let that play clock run almost out.
I think they needed to run about 2-3 more plays.
I think
actually,
they did before
because
they
I don't
started
think they've got
this.
enough time to run the clock.
No,
Victory formation, though, for the Panthers, is they'll just let it go down as deep as it can. As they continue to wait, they'll just do it. They won't snap it until they tell them they have to. 3, 2, 1, and he gets it, and we'll kneel it down. And so the kneel down.
I think they're not gonna run out of time. I think they're gonna hand it over unless NMMI wants to just concede. But I think they're gonna have to turn it over.
I think NMMI may have to run another play or two before this is all said and done, because they got to kneel it down one more time to get it to 4th. And when they kneel it, they're going to have about 45 seconds or so left.
Right.
And then so they'll give it back with about 25 seconds to go. I think needed to run one play to
one or two,
but Coach Giles go ahead and saying, all right, let's call it good. And the kneel down by Giles again. I hate writing these down. So 1:03 now officially for Giles in the victory formation. And so it'll be 4th down and 13. And there is about a 15-second difference between play clock and game clock. And so they're just going to back everybody off. And I think they'll go ahead and take it. Although, again, there's difference between play clock and game clock.
Mm-hmm.
So
Jal's going to have to stay out there unless I guess
NMMI has said,
they're just
let's
conceding.
Let's just call this one. Yeah. So, all right, so we have a final as NMMI comes over and starts shaking hands as the Jal Panthers are victorious in their bowl game tonight by a final of 32-7. Congratulations to the Panthers as they win this battle of the 2A and 3A top 10 teams. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back and wrap it up. This is Jal Panther Bowl Game Football from KPZA. on this one. Jal Panther Bowl Game Football on 103.7 KPZA, the KPZA app. Also at the Jal Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com and the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel has been brought to you tonight by the Jal Schools, D-Bar Cafe, the Woolworth Library, the City of Jal, Marker Services Air Conditioning, the Coffee House, Albertsons Market, and Fulco Trucking. Jal Football also brought to you by New Mexico Junior College, Lasco Construction, Eunice Pump and Supply, Hobbs Rental, Excel Energy, and IPS. For Tiff Stuber in studio engineering and producing for Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Panther Stadium in Jal. This has been an exclusive presentation of No Walmart Digital Solutions and One Radio Square Sports. Now back to your favorite regional Mexican on 103.7 KPZA FM, Jal, Eunice, Hobbs. Good night, everybody.